nester? Well, if you are, maybe you're trying to figure out your finances now that things have changed. Here to help us with that, Dave Sant with Cypress Credit Union. So Dave, I mean, this is kind of tricky. They go from, parents go from giving to their children. All of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, we got a big house. And what do we do?
Yeah, we often talk about these big financial milestones, whether it's, getting married, buying your first home, graduating from college. But another huge milestone that I don't think we talk enough about is what happens when you become that empty nester.
Yeah,
It can have a big financial impact on you, and a lot of times can have a financial impact that might put you in a better position in some ways.
totally. Okay, so first things first, how do we stay on that budget?
Yeah. The first thing is getting the budget. Hopefully you've been living on a budget already, but if you haven't, you can still build your budget. But this is a great time to reassess there. You're going to have money that you probably were using to pay for school or pay for other expenses for your children when they were in the home. You're not going to have to pay for those anymore. So you may have some additional income. It's tempting to run out and go on a trip or buy a new, four-wheeler or something like that. But don't rush out and do that quite yet. Absolutely set some money aside to play. You've earned it and you deserve it. But first sit down and say, what does our new budget look like? Where can we pay off additional debt? Where can we put more towards retirement? Build that new budget that's going to kind of stick with you until your retirement years.
Parents are like, the kids are gone. We're buying a yacht.
That's right. And the thing is make sure you budget some fun. You can budget fun now. Yeah. Do it.
True. Yeah, you absolutely can. So stay on that budget, but like you said, have a little fun. Yeah. Okay, now retirement is right there in the forefront for them.
Yeah. So this is the right time to plan for your retirement. And that's not just putting money aside for your retirement, but actually building that plan. How you're going to live as an empty nester is likely how you're going to live during your retirement. So start to look at some aspects and think, could we live on this much a month? If this is what we're projected to have, take a month where you test it and you could identify where do we need more, where do we need less? And that can help you realize, are you really on pace to have a comfortable budget? Or do you need to put a comfortable retirement, or do you need to put a little more money aside so you can have that comfort level?
I like it. Now, you have all these kids in the house and the house seems small and now the kids leave and you're like, wow, we have such a big house. Should we downsize?
Yeah, downsizing has a lot of benefits. If you don't need that space, being able to downsize it can be a lot harder to maintain a larger house as you get older. Yeah. The other thing is when you downsize your house, you've likely built some equity over the years. You've been paying off your home for a long time. It's a good opportunity that you could downsize. You could sell your home. You could use the equity from your home sales to possibly make a cash purchase on your new home and have some additional money to the side that you could put into a Roth IRA or something that might be good for your planning for retirement. Or you can use it for your yacht.
You know what? I'm all about the yacht. You know I am, Dave. We've done this long enough. You get it. Okay, setting those expectations. Last one.
Yeah, this is an important one. It's probably the hardest one. There was actually studies out there by MarketWatch that about 80% of people who lived in an empty nest situation reported giving some type of financial assistance to their children over age 18. So there may come times when your adult children are needing some help, and it's tempting to want to just help them and give them everything that you need because we love our children. We want to do that. But make sure you sit down and maybe before they come to you for needs, sit down, set expectations. Let them know if you are willing to help them, what you're willing to help with, and also make sure that you're being consistent because if you're doing it for one child, your other children may have those expectations as well. So make sure you can do the same thing for all, but also make sure that you're not doing it while sacrificing your things you need, such as retirement or throwing your budget into chaos.
Yes, always great tips. Dave, thank you so much to you and your team for always coming up with these great blog posts. We appreciate it. And we'll see you again next week.
We'll see you next week.